Hello, friends. It's Reverend Ric Beattie. I'm the senior minister here at Unity of Royal Oak in Royal Oak, Michigan. We're an inner ring suburb to Detroit. And it's Wednesday, May the 11th. Wow, May the 11th already. Goodness sakes, we're almost to Memorial Day. And I'm feeling a whole lot better than I did last week. If you saw the meditation that I posted last week, it was a testimony to how rough I was feeling last week. So I'm definitely on the mend from the coronavirus, and just want to say quick something about it. Lots of people have reached out, and I appreciate that. Our prayer team has been praying for me, and I have everything I need. So thank you so much. And I think, once again, it's important that we all take responsibility for ourselves. If you're feeling ill, if you have any one of the symptoms, and there are many, go to cdc.gov and read them. Someone asked me, well, it's just like a cold, isn't it? Well, no, not for me. It was like the worst cold ever, and a touch of the flu, with a splitting headache, and then that was gone, and different symptoms different days, and a bit of foggy brain. So honor yourself and take care of yourself, and take good care of the people around you. And if you need to quarantine at home, stay home. It's pretty simple. I did that, feeling good about it. We all desperately want this pandemic to be done, and it's not done. So it's going to continue to morph. And is it still a pandemic? Is it endemic? I don't care. What I know is I was pretty doggone sick for several days. That's what I know. Anyway, I want to share with you some thoughts about the idea of grace. That is the theme for today's Daily Word. And I share Daily Word with the permission of Unity, the publishers of Daily Word. And if you don't get this amazing little booklet that we in Unity have been publishing for a long time, and that more non-Unity people read than Unity people, I find that fascinating. So our teaching is getting into people's lives. I hear all the time about, oh yeah, my grandma had that in the bathroom. She would read it in the morning. Or, yep, it was on my grandpa's end table next to where he sat. So this teaching is non-denominational. It's very pure, positive Christianity. And you can get your own copy at dailyword.com. You can order it. You can get it in an electronic format. I do that. It's on an app on my phone. I also get it in email. And here at the church, we get them in the little booklet 2 months. We charge $7 for them. So if you're local to us and you want to grab a copy, you can get one on a Sunday. So the key word is grace. And the affirmation is, I gratefully accept the gift of grace. I gratefully accept the gift of grace. I am lifted in consciousness and freed from limitations as I accept the gift of grace. Grace is the power of divine love that helps me heal and overcome. It is the protective power that saves me from the full impact of my mistakes. I've thought many times in my life, wasn't it an amazing thing that I have not had to deal with the full ramifications of my mistakes? It's been a gift, and I hope that you've experienced that gift as well. As I quiet my mind and become aware of the channel through which grace and love flow, I open myself to divine good that is greater than I can imagine for myself. I think about this all the time. It isn't, is there sufficient grace? It's what can you accept? What are you willing to receive? I've really been noticing these last few years of my life that it is about my willingness to be in the flow, to receive. I'm always quick to give. That's been my MO for many, many years. But to be willing to receive what another person gives, that's the challenge for me sometimes. And as I give, I receive. And as I receive, I give. And we complete the law of circulation in that way. All right. As I quiet my mind and become aware of the channel through which grace and love flow, I open myself to divine good that is greater than I can imagine for myself. I forgive myself and others. Take a deep breath. Forgive myself and others. I release error beliefs and renew my being, my very being. Grace flows freely, taking the form of creative ideas and energy to support me as I follow my dreams and pursue my purpose. I am grateful for grace in its many manifestations that help me live in full awareness of God's love, light, and presence. And the Bible verse for today is from the book of Ephesians in the New Testament, or the Christian Bible, some call it, chapter 2, verse 8. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God. You know, I grew up, I grew up being taught that grace was the gift of salvation. And in many ways, I still believe that. What are we being saved from? Our erroneous thinking, our self-judgments, our internal critic. I don't know if you have one of those. I've got a couple, right? There they are, going round and round some days, like squirrels like on a habit trail. So what if we just paused for a moment, hit the pause button, and that's what meditation is for. That's why I come back over and over and over to this very basic mindfulness meditation that I offer. It's a way to hit the pause button on the noise. And the noisier the world around me is, the more I come to this time many times a day of just taking a few minutes. As it gets warmer here in Michigan, and today it's 82 degrees, yay! The backyard, I'm blessed to have a beautiful setting to live in. I wish I could say it was of my doing, but it isn't. God did it, and I call it 60 Shades of Gray, or 60 Shades of Green. Not like the book, nothing connected to that booklet, but I watch it happen every day right now. Every single day, everything is greener. And like many people in my area, I'm holding off mowing as late as I can in May because of bee habitat. So my neighbors probably are thinking, oh, Rick, we wish you would mow, but we need the bees or we're not going to be able to pollinate the food that we eat. Everything is connected, if you notice that. So it's important for me to help you understand some of the spiritual tools that can get you through. So for me, they're meditation, and I include chanting there because sometimes I do that. I also include things like mindfulness, being of service, having a gratitude practice, meaning I find things that I'm grateful for. It's when I'm feeling a little down in the dumps, one of the very first things I do is grab a piece of paper and start making a list, a gratitude list, or actually anymore I do it in my phone because I can barely read my own writing sometimes, but I can record it with my voice and it transcribes it into text. Forgiveness and gratitude, F&G. I've shared that message many, many times. Those are, I believe, the keys, the pillars to a successful, meaningful life. And success is not, I know a whole lot of people who are very wealthy, and at one point I had a decent amount of wealth. I'm even wealthier now, but not financially. So what are you searching after? What are you chasing after? This Sunday I'm going to be talking about an up north consciousness. If you're in the area, join us at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and I'll be happy to be back in my pulpit. I've missed teaching these last 3 weeks, but I'm grateful for the team that I work with and who support me and who support you. By the way, you can find out everything we have going on here at Unity of Royal Oak by visiting our website at unityofroyaloak.org. That's unityofroyaloak.org. And if you are new to us, I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email, ric@unityofroyaloak.org. And if I can encourage you, support you, that's what I'm here for. I'm honored. I count it an honor to walk with people through the journeys of their lives. The celebrations and the tough times, all of it together. I'm honored that people open up their lives to me and let me share their journeys with them. And I also want to take time before we start the meditation to thank you for your financial contributions. These couple of years have been tough. Tough on all churches, tough on all houses of worship, just about. Our first year in the pandemic, we were okay. And the last year, 2021, was a little bit of a challenge, and we're having a challenge now. So, and I say that only because I think that it's important that I not fool you. Now, we're not in trouble, but it's important that those of us who call this ministry home, who think of it as our spiritual community, pull together and make sure that it is in good shape for generations to come. And you can make a contribution at our website, unityofroyaloak.org. There's a button there labeled Donate, and it'll take you through the process. We use Tidely and PayPal. Either way, we're grateful for you. All right, so let's move into this time of meditation. And I'm going to invite you to get centered in the chair, on the yoga mat, in your comforter or recliner, or maybe in your comforter, wherever you are experiencing this time. And just notice your body and space. How do you feel? Is there any place that's tense? Sometimes my shoulder gets that way, and I pause there to just invite that tension to drain away. Some it's the calves, or maybe your feet, your toes, wiggle them. Wiggle your toes and wiggle your feet, and allow yourself to begin to relax. Because we do little of that in our culture these days, it seems. Just begin to relax and to notice your breathing. And let's take it. We're going to take 3 deep breaths together. Deep breath in, hold it, sigh it out. Deep breath in, hold it, sigh it out. One more deep breath in, hold it, and sigh it out. And now allow your breathing to take its normal rhythm, whatever is your normal. It's the perfect one for you. And scan your body from your feet up. Just notice it, just allowing every muscle group, every big muscle, everything to relax. Follow your breath inward. And I like to audibly exhale. It's kind of like I feel it, I can feel it. Letting go of the stress, letting go of that which no longer serves me. After a 66 plus years of pushing hard, I'm learning to let life come as it will. So I invite you to notice that your mind may wander. It's okay. Just bring it back gently to your breath, and then follow the next breath inward. If a noise disturbs you, It's just a reminder to turn within, to turn away from the outer world and all of its noise. And there's a lot of noise. Seems to be new ways for noise all the time, new distractions. Allow yourself to center into this rhythm, the rhythm established by your breathing. And let's spend a few moments now in the stillness and in the silence. And the music that you're hearing is composed by our own creative director, Kim Lange, and it's called 6 Degrees of Meditation. Let it soothe you. Let it wash over you like a warm hug. And allow yourself some time with the source of all life, by whatever name you know it. And His grace is sufficient for all of our needs. Grace is this gift of love and healing. And you don't have to accept the gift of grace, but it works a whole lot better if you just open yourself up to receive the good that Source has for you. And now follow your next breath inward a little bit deeper, connecting deeply with your source. God life in you is you. Again, follow your next breath inward to the place in you where the center of all is. And holding this space now, I invite you to just stay in meditation with me. And let's hold a space for some prayer in our world. Loving God, we know you by many different kinds of names and different images. We know that you are more than any of us can really imagine. What we know about you is the love that connects us to each other. The love that connects us like the sweetness of a child or the sloppy kiss of a puppy. All of these things mimic for us love. And we know that we're capable of more love, more loving. So we reach out to those that we've gotten disconnected from and allow ourselves to reunite, to share a thought, a prayer, a kind word. And this is not a text or a Facebook message. This is reach out to somebody. And we're holding the dear ones in the Ukraine in our hearts. And we know that they are demonstrating for all of us what courage looks like in the face of huge opposition, that the human spirit has more spunk than any of us imagine. We are grateful for this community that we co-create called the Unity of Royal Oak, and we're grateful for all those who take responsibility for it. We're grateful for the warming weather, for the May showers that are bringing flowers more every day, tulips and daffodils and such an abundance. And God, we bless each other. And by our presence here today, we bless the world. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, friends. Your support means so much. And we're grateful for you. We bless you. Send a prayer request, drop an email, call us, the numbers on our website, if we can support you in any way on your faith journey. And remember, my dear friends, that the light of God surrounds us, and the love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well. Namaste.